Hi, welcome to a calculator tutorial by Equaser. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can get started with this Casio FX-300, FX-350MS, 220, 85MS, 82MS. All of these 5 calculators have the same functionality and usage with a little variation. Let's get started with this. The calculator has 3 types of functions through these buttons. Any button that you press directly will do the job that is written, but if you have a yellow color beside a button, then all those yellow will be activated when you press shift. When you press shift, for example, this button is not EXP, but this is rather pi. And for example, this button is a cube root, not x cubed, and so forth. And there is also alpha. When you press this, you can print A and B and C, which can be used as a variable in your calculation. The main buttons for this calculator are the on and the off one. So when you turn this, that's on. For off, you have to press shift and off, because off is the second function. This button is called all clear, AC, and this button is called delete. All clear means if you have something here, all clear means it clears it all. But if you have 5 plus 6 and you say delete, it just deletes the last number or whatever you have entered will be deleted. And then we have here a mode button. The mode button, when you press it, it brings different feature of calculator. For example, this is regular computation, and then standard deviation, regression. These are for statistics. If I press this again, it shows degree, radian, gradient, and it shows FX, scientific and normal, and display, type of display, and then contrast. To exit, just press that again and you will exit. Then we have this 4 arrow key, right, left, and up and down. Now this arrow shows that you have previous calculation, so you can see the previous calculation. If this arrow is available, you can press up. Now it shows down, you can go down. And with the left and right, for example, you can go with your calculation. Let's say instead of plus, you want to make it multiply, and you can do that. So you can go left and right with this one. And let's say you want to do a simple calculation, 5 plus. So you press 5 and then plus 2 times 3. And as you can see, the arrow shows that we have 3 other values appearing. And in this case, if you do the division, we use this button for the division. 8 divided by 3.6. Series of values to be calculated like this. You have to make sure that you know the order of operation. The order of operation in this calculator are that multiplication and divisions are done first, and then addition, subtraction. But if you have parentheses, the parentheses are also done separately first and then with the rest. For example, if I don't put this parenthesis here, so 3 times 2 will be added, and then the result will be added. So in this calculator, it looks exactly like the paper. So open a parenthesis here by pressing this. 3 times 2, close a parenthesis, plus 8 plus 7 times 100. Now plus 7 times 100, this 8 plus will not happen 8 plus 7. So 7 times 100 will be 7, and 3 times 2 will be 6. So 6 and 8, 14, and this will be 714. If you want to enter 6 over 8, of course this is 6 divided by 8, but sometimes you want to enter it the way it is. But in this calculator, because it has certain limitation, 6, this button, over 8, and if you press, so this has been simplified already here to you. If you have 3, 6 over 8, so you enter 3, press this, 6 over 8. So you press it 3 times. Now this is your value, so 3 makes it automatically simplified. If you want to go back to the other mode, just press this, it gives you fraction. Press it again, it gives you back to the mode that you entered it. The same thing, 6 over 8 was here, and then press it, you will get 0.75. You want to enter 4 squared. For squared we have a dedicated button, so put 4 first and then press this and you will see squared at the top, and then you can do a calculation or just press equal sign and you will see the result. If you want to do 4 squared plus 2, then that squared cannot be used, so you have to put 4 and then this is to the power, and you have to open a parenthesis so the calculator knows 2 plus 1, and then close it and then equal sign. If you have minus 2 squared, we know minus 2 squared means minus 2 multiplied by minus 2, and the answer will be plus 4. If you do not follow, if you just go with this one, for example, if you do minus 2 squared, you get minus 4, which is incorrect. For that reason, you have to you have to use it this way: minus 2, close this, and then squared. Now the answer will be correct. If you want to enter 5 to the power of 4.35, press this button, 4.3, and that's the answer. This calculator also has x to the power x cubed, so if you want to do x cubed, let's say 3 to the power 3, 27, so we have x squared and x cubed. If you want to bring pi is a second function of this button here, exp, so press second function or shift with exp, that is pi. So you can either print it on the screen or press with an arrow and let's say times 5 plus something, and you do your calculation, it just works fine. If you want a natural number e, that is here, will be activated with alpha e, so that is the Euler number 2.718 will display. Now let's go with trigonometrics. So cosine of 8.3 degrees. Because this is degree, we must be in degree mode. If you are not, then press mode and then press it again. You will see degree, radian, gradient. And if you want, let's say radian, press 2. Now there will be R. Now let's go back to degree once, twice, and then 1 is degree. So you are in degree. Now press cosine of 3.8. Here we don't have to put parentheses, it just works fine. But if you have other calculation, then suggested that you should use parentheses. And if you have sine of 42, all clear, sine of 42, and enter, that's the answer, 0.669. If you want to enter pi over 2 in terms of radian, then we have to be in radian first. All clear, once, twice, and 2 radian. We are in radian. Sine of, now open a parenthesis, and then we bring pi with a shift and then exponent pi. You can do this one here over 2. That's also fine. And the answer is 1, which is correct. Now this time you want to know sine of what angle is 0.8. So from 0.8 you want to find the actual angle. Because this is referring to the degree, we have to be in degree in order to get the degree. Otherwise you will get the radian. So let's start with the radian. Press shift and then sine. This sine inverse will be with a shift and then 0.8. Now this answer is 0.92 in terms of radian. Now if you want to get it in degree, press shift mode once and twice and then 1 degree. Still the value is here, just press equal sign and it will give you 53.1, which is in degree. Same thing for cosine. This is let's say enter -5, inverse cosine, so shift and cos, that's inverse, open a parenthesis, press this minus 0.5 and then close. 120 degrees. Let's say you want to get square root of 25. In previous calculators and some of the older than this, you need to press 25 first, but here all clear, press square root and then 25, which will give you the answer. If you need cube root, we have a dedicated cube root because it's used a lot with the shift, so press second function shift, that's cube root of 127, so you get that answer. If you need fifth or sixth or any other root, then we need to use this button. So press second function here. As you can see here, it says x, so you will enter 5 and then second function x 187. So this is the fifth root of 187. To test it with 3, let's say cube root of 27 is 3. Now let's use this one for the cube root. So 3 shift 27, we should get 3. So that is correct. And if you need to do something like this, so first press square root and then we have to open a parenthesis here and then inside we will do another one. 25 parenthesis open, we say divide sine 25, sine of 25 and then close. And you will get the answer. If you see log of 41, you press log and then 41. By default, when you don't see a value here based on this log, this don't have a base, so it's automatically base 10. It assumes base 10. But if you need to do log base 2 of 18, this calculator cannot do it. Unfortunately, this cannot do log base, different base for the log. If you need natural ln or ln of 41.65, ln 41.65, you just enter ln and then the value. To do 3 times 10 to the power 4, you don't have to press times 10 and to the power, you just use exp. So all clear, 3, and I'm using exp. I press it already, you see capital E here. This means times 10 to the power, you just need to enter 4. So times 10 to the power is already here, so this is the answer. Same way, if you need 1 times 10 to the power minus 2, then 1 exp to the power minus 2 here, this minus and 2, small minus will work just fine. But if you have different minus, you can open a parenthesis and do that. If you need 10 to the power 3 and you need a lot of base 10, then we have another button here, dedicated base 10. You just press shift and then 10, 3, so this means 10 to the power 3, which is 1000. If you need 10 to the power minus 2, same thing, shift this one and open a parenthesis, minus 2. I open a parenthesis because I assume there will be another calculation, so in order to avoid error, just open a parenthesis. That's the value. If you need Euler number or e to the power 4.12, we have a dedicated button here. This red was Euler number, this is Euler number to the power. So press shift and E and you will see E and then 4.12. So this is the value for that. And in many cases you always need 1 over some value. So 1 over is very common. So if you need that, just enter 5, for example, for 1 over 5 and then x to the power minus 1, that is 1 over 5. If I press equal, it will be evaluated, or 1 over 12. So just type 12 and press this. So you don't have to press 1 and then over and then 12. So with a 12 and 1 button, it just goes 1 over 12, and you can continue with your calculation. Find 20% of 15,000. So let's say you want to do this calculation here. 2b plus a over 3 minus d2x. So you do exactly the way it is. So 2, this time we go again, recall b, so 2b plus recall a here divided by 3, because in terms of operation there is a plus and there is a minus on this side. I don't need to put a parenthesis. Minus d2x, so recall d2 recall x. All the value will be brought here from memory, and I got error. The error is in here. It goes and blanks in here, so I have to put times 2 and recall x. I hope this is corrected. Times 2 and times recall x. I put multiplication. Only at the beginning I did not put, so the answer is correct now. Now let's use addition and subtraction. Let's say I want to enter this one into the memory. For memory, with the addition and subtraction, we have to make sure that there is no other previous value, because this calculator can hold the value. There is nothing now. And let's say if I do 2 times 3 plus 6, 2 open parenthesis 3 plus 6 close, I just press M plus. Now you will see that M appeared. Let's say you come across a calculator that has already M. To eliminate it, we have to store an M with the red one with this store button as 0. 0 shift store M. Now M disappeared and 0 is into the memory. That's why it's empty. And there is another way to clear the memory, is this CLR. Press shift CLR. It says memory clear, mode clear, all clear. So if you want all the setting and everything, just press 3. But for memory clear, just press 1. Memory clear. Press equal sign and it's cleared. So 2, 3 plus 6, close, plus. Sorry, 2, 3 plus 6, close, and then M. Now let's do 8 times 200. We want to add this into the result of that. 8 times 200 and then M plus. So this is gone into the memory, added. And then let's say you want to do 1.56 minus 456 times 65. And then without pressing equal sign, press M. This is now already stored in the memory. To recall and use it, just use as normal recall and then this M, which is red, the same button. So this is a value in the memory. Calculators can do also factorial. Factorial means if you go from 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, multiply all of those. This is represented as 4 factorial, and that's the button with the shift. So what you do is 4, type 4 and then shift and this one, and that means 4 factorial, and the answer is 24. Same thing if you have 5, just 5 and then factorial, because you cannot put like 125, because if you put 125, this is so huge that you will get error, and it has a limit. The limit is mentioned in the manual. Engineering, if you do 1 divided by 3,400, you will see this value, 2 times 2.94 to the times 10 to the power minus 4. If you press ENG, pay attention to this and pay attention to this decimal point. The decimal point moves here and 4 become minus 6. So this is for scientific notation, and engineering will change that for you. So engineering value. To go back, press shift with this left arrow. That will bring it back for you. Same thing, let's go 1 divided by 1000, and it's 1 times 2 to the power of minus 3. Now to bring it back, press shift, that's 1000 times 10 to the power minus 9 and so forth. So the decimal point is here. Bring it back, go back, and you can go back even more. So that's the actual value that we entered. 1/1000 is this value. Now let's have a look at the menu. When you press this for the second time, for the third time, you will see fix, SCI, and norm. So this fix is fixed when you want a fixed decimal places. So press 1, we go to fix, and let's say you want to have 2 decimal places from 0 to 9. So now press 2. Now you will see by default 2 decimal places. Even if you put 5.2 and press equal sign, it converts it 5.2 and then 0. In terms of value, this is the same, but in terms of significant digits or decimal places, you have always 2. For example, if this is used for financial calculation, you want only 2 decimal places for money. Or up to 9 you can select. And let's say you want to do it 4. Let me go fix and then 4. I press 4 and you see number of decimal places. 3, if you press it 3 times, 2 is now scientific. Again, this is the significant digits that you want. And let's say you want to divide 3 divided by 1524 and you want 2 decimal places. So let's select 2 and 3 divided by 1524. So you will get 2 decimal places, 2.0 times 10 to the power 3. Now if you want to go back to normal, press once, twice, and third time, go to normal 3. Now here we have 2 options. If you press 1, all the you will see it in this mode. What it means is that it goes always with a scientific notation, but there is no decimal places defined or significant digits defined. So everything that you do 5 divided by this, it will be displayed this way. To go back to normal, go to that screen 3 times, once, twice, 3, and 3. This time select 2. When you select 2, it goes back to normal. 5 divided by 6. 5 divided by 6. It shows like that. No significant digits, but it's just normal. So this was normal. And in case if you want to reset the calculator fully, everything including memory and all the settings, so this CLR, press shift, clear, CLR, and then 3, and press equal. So now everything have been resetted, including memory and all settings, in case if you make mistake. So this was a brief and quick introduction of majority of the features. I have not included the statistics feature of this and some other small features, but majority of the features have been included, and I will have separate video for the remainder of the feature. Please thumb up the video if you learned something, and also subscribe so you can get updates of my upcoming videos.